What's going on, everybody? Goose on the 13th here with another video for the week of the 16th of... I almost said the 16th of 4 of April 2026. We have another suit. This is a double banner week. And the other suit that we have here, since we just talked about the Rizal in the last one, is the heavy Jim Kai. Interesting, considering that it also just kind of has the power gym stuff on it. In fact, I wonder where the explanation for this kind of attributes it being from. So this, oh yeah, this is a 0083 Rebellion suit. It's another manga. Interesting. I kind of wonder if we've already had stuff from this already, or if we're gonna get more from Rebellion, because there are some other neat ace suits and things that we can get from there. But focusing on this is another multi-step, multi-level suit. We got 4 levels from 400 going up. Kind of crazy how high that means it's gonna go. You know, so you get 450, 500, and then it goes up to 550. But in 400 at its baseline, which is what we're mostly going to be talking about here, it's actually butting heads with a lot of other clan suits, including a certain other suit that just, you know, is in season, the Gaza CZ here, which is another support. Very heavy accumulation and stuff on this one in particular, and kind of the same case. I'm just going to back on in when it comes to our good buddy here. But it does have some stuns, it does have some utility, and it does have a decent amount of survivability and just things that most of the time supports get taxed out of their system. But it's got a pretty decent laundry list of weapons here. So we got the Hyper Bazooka modified for the main weapon. You've seen this, 12 shots, 1500 damage because it is a level 1. 375 for the range. It's got a Saber Enhanced, and this does have balancers, so it is actually able to use that pretty decently. That being said, it does have melee priority too. Also keep that in mind, so you can clash and butt heads with generals in this. And it does have a compatibility of space. Beyond that, we have a good amount of stuff. So the Kai Head Vulcans, 70 power, ammo of 50, 175 for the range. Interestingly enough, we have a 6-tube missile launcher here that's actually just hard mounted to one of the shoulders, while also having 3-tube missile pods akin to the Stark Jagan with the guidance and everything just kind of slapped on for good measure. And the heavy Jim Kai rifle. The Jim rifle is here as a sub weapon, 30 ammo, 250 range. I think the max range for most of this is actually in the 300, with 375 being here. So this is a very mid-line to close kind of just dump suit. A lot of ballistic on here. It's all ballistic, in fact. So if you got that other support part that came out recently, in support 2 or whatever, then you can throw this on here pretty easily without having to even really think about it. In fact, if you have it, I wouldn't be surprised if it was already just sitting on there. But stats wise, typical stuff for 400. A lot of it's low. 15,500 for the health. Ballistic beam and melee resistance are 19, 16, and 10 respectively. The range strength has a baseline of 35 with a melee strength of 5, so don't be surprised with that because this is support. Movement speed of 110. Got a top speed of 180 and a thruster gauge of 50, rocking a turning speed of 57. So part slots wise, you have close, medium, and long for 7, 13, and 8. And a decent list of skills here. High performance radar 1, personnel radar, high performance scope, observational data link. Actually, the fact that it's personnel is pretty nice. I feel like more supports to just kind of add that by standard, but you know, being able to see where those little shitters are flying around is always important, especially because you can splash a lot of damage with this. Frontline support system, high performance aerospace gimbal because it is a space compatible suit. Leg shock absorber quick boost, so reduces charge time by 10% when jumping. Anti-blast stabilizer, which thank goodness. High performance balancer 1, high spec ambac 2, bullet feeder, so if you short chuck your reload, and reloading with 30% ammo remaining on range ballistics beam ammo base and other ammo based weapons, reload time is reduced by 30%. So if you do like a good salvo, say with like the missiles or whatever, you know, or cancel out of like your gym rifle or whatever, and you just do some quick reloads, you'll be able to get those up a lot faster, so that's good. And A mobile firing system, and as you'll see when we get into it, it's mostly for the 6.2 missile launcher once again. But nice. I'm glad that they actually were willing to do that for that weapon in general. And then we look at the enhancement list here. We have +1 to ballistic resistance, +1 to anti-beam modifier, +1 to range strength, and then our conflict expansion comes in at 1410 at the very end here. The unlockables giving us another +5 to ballistic resistance and another +5 to range strength. So much like our last one when it came to, I think, melee, this one's just an extra +6 to range if you do everything, which would put you at 41 or so at the very end, just baseline. Not bad, especially for the cost that it's at. Let's take this into practice, show it off a little bit, and we'll talk about it a bit more here once we also show off that example video for the match. Can you tell installing? I thought it would load faster since we're doing this again. Please, I beg. Hurry up. Thank you. It's honestly nothing super fancy with the weapons and stuff. About good amount of build up there. In fact, I'm almost curious to do that again, but with the regular Gundam or this guy, because it seems like he kind of tanked that a little bit more than I was expecting. Typically, it is both sallows though, so let's see. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, about 4 shots or so. And this actually is an instant stun, and which you would think, oh man, that's crazy, and you're probably gonna fuck up friendly fire a lot. And considering that blast radius and the fact that it's still making contact even when they get buckled back again like that, you'd probably be right. But so far, so good in the couple matches that we had. And in general, because there's going to be a lot of stuff that has maneuver armor and all this other stuff, chunking that into them for that, as you can see when I hit that shield, let me see if I can hit that shield a little bit more, it's not really going to do you much good. Yeah, that's very little buildup. You're probably better off just switching to these to get that accumulation than the gym rifle itself. 2, 3, 4, 5. So about 5 bursts, 3 rounds each, 15. As you can see there, and then a mag of 30, so you can dump again. A little bit of that missed, so you do probably want to stagger out those bursts a little bit, unless you don't have time, in which case, if they're close enough, just hammer it into them. And then we have our Vulcans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 17 or so. Steady rate of fire. That mag amount, you would think would make that a little bit more. 15, 16, 17. Yeah, no, it's still 17. But, decent amount of rate of fire with that. I mean, the fact that you can go into your gym rifle immediately into these so that you can be on the move is pretty nice. Overall, just a lot of answers to different situations, and you're gonna need them because you're gonna be running into a lot of Gundams and things that are just gonna be running at you with their melee out. As usual, typical support life, right? We do have a match with this. We barely inked one in before the shit changed to space, which, you know, on Banner Day ain't nobody gonna be in there doing any of that. So we're gonna put that up right around here. Need a horse. Cute.
もうすぐ戦場だ。準備のできたやつから出撃しろ。
Yeah, I was gonna say, we joke, but watch it happen. That tiny kid, but please no. But please no, no. But the he resists all the way through all of that. That's slow. Oh my god. They're already at times they're too slow already. Yeah, everyone's gonna ignore that gif. Which is stupid because he's supposed to be really frail and shit. I think that would be the first thing they try to swing at her heavy. Nope. Part of me gets it because I hate melee too. I don't really want to deal with melee suits. Melee is like the worst part of this game. It's trash. It's ass. I don't want to learn it. Go away. Literally just gets to run at me. That's the worst. So, you get another Rizal. It's a raid with a really weird support skill that like pops people's NTD early and gives them like health and all this other shit. And the one that we're running right now is a support Jim Kai, or not Jim Kai, but Power Gym with a bunch of extra shit slapped on it. This is one of those suits that has 4 levels released all at once, and it's a buff a mainline 400. There goes one on the enemy team right there. Shield out of here, brother. Oh my god. Why is it so laggy? That reaction to the stun was so slow. Actually, it's not a Jim Kai. Technically it is, but yeah. In the same way that the Jim Kai is actually just a Jim C. Oh. Yeah, pretty much. But that means he gets a different designation. There it is. There it is. So actually is modified. Oh my god. God damn. I'm almost hoping that they knock over my team so that I can just shoot that and not have to worry about it. Then again, they got some defense for when they commit to melee. Let me move a little bit. Oh god. No. You just got to walk away from that and not be stunned because he's melee. Like, what the fuck? Back off, dude. Good, because that shouldn't hit me anyway. Fuck you. Fucking Grandpa Gundam. This is the worst change they ever made. It's so funny because at first I was like, ah, that should be something that they do, and it was with the hope that they would do it to other Gundams. Nope, just that one. For a billion costs. That it shouldn't be fighting it anyway. Amazing. Oh. It's actually not poo-poo. It's true. That's pretty good. So that one gift for her, like, that's pretty good. My leggies. Unless you want to get jumped in the butt, you shall. Yeah, what's interesting is that we got this, but there's that other version from Dawn's Island that has the shoulder missiles and all that crap. I want some of those. The 83 gens should get these Vulcans. Yeah, that's true. They really need to shape up a lot of the Vulcans just in general. He shagged at him. What a shitter. Yeah, I'll take it because that means he's got a hard on for him at least a little bit. So that's brother. Do you mind? I get it. I fucked that up anyway. Wee! No, sir. Back up. My buddy. Oh, he got knocked over by something. Ow. Oh, he probably caught the cable. I almost sucked that up at the end. God damn. Yeah, actually, that's not too bad of a flow with that. Especially at base cost. I don't know what it's going to be like at higher cost, but we'll take that for now. I got first, dude. Damn, brother. Not with a lot of kills, though. It is what it is. And I get it. The origin versions of his hair. And that was our run in the new gym here. In general, a little bit frustrating at times, making sure that you actually have what you need up. As much as I want to lean on the tubes, it's probably going to be more about the missile pods going forward. I don't really have these on my own account, but as you can see, decent amount of build up from here. The tube missiles in particular, very potent. Anything that has like an instant stagger kind of situation going on. By comparison, the shoulder missiles don't really do a whole lot, and as you would imagine, the machine gun is just kind of whatever. You might as well just save that for anything that kind of comes up to you. But yeah, put a little bit more range on this and you'll be doing plenty of damage and contributing to busting at the base in no time. But a very simple suit. It's another one of those situations where I can definitely see this being relevant at least up to level 2. I feel like going to 500 or 550 is kind of pushing it just because of how full tilt and aggressive some of the generals and raids are at that cost. This thing does have balancers, you know, so you can do your thrusts and all that, and it does have a stabby downswing like you saw there. Kind of a deeper Zeta era, kind of neutral with that. And even though it is 2 priority, like I said, it's 5 melee. So unless you're just using it to trip somebody up, you should probably just dump into them. But yeah, I'll be curious to see how these fare at certain costs if we really do see them at 500 and 550. But for now, at 400, pretty good. A little bit unfortunate that it seems to have run over the Gaza CZ in its seasonal debut through clan matches, but you know, it is what it is. If you want something else a little bit different to run as a support at 400, or to just freshen up your lower cost kind of stuff. Not awful. Just keep in mind that that banner is all just regular 30 token 10 spins across the board because of the guarantee. A little bit stingy, but it is what it is. But beyond that, you know, we'll be keeping an eye out when possible. I do want to try to get some more CZ runs in, at least on my other account, so that we can maybe do a video about that. It's gonna be late, but whatever. And in that case, I wonder if we're gonna run into some of these. Yeah, I have some words about that suit too. But that is the long and short of it for this Jim Kai new support running around dumping all kinds of ballistic. So until next time, this is Goose on the 13th, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Or you can check out the other Rizal video that I just made. I'll try to put that link over here as well. But ta-ta for now.